Hello everybody, tonight we are looking at switchback energy stock, which is apparently soon going to be Chargepoint stock as the companies go closer to merging together. So first things first, I would ask you very kindly to please subscribe. We're going to go into the live subscriber count now. You will see we're almost on 250,000 subscribers. I'm sure this video might get 1,000 views if every single one of you guys could just take a second out of your day to just press that big red subscribe button and that like button, and even share this one with your family and friends. I would appreciate it massively, as everything I will share with you in this video is absolutely free advice. So when it comes to advice, it is important to know that I am not a financial advisor. I'm just someone with an opinion, and everything that I state in this video is not fact. It's not guaranteed to happen, and you should just take it as my opinion, because that is basically all it is. But we are going to be looking at what I think ChargePoint is going to do in the future if this does turn into switchback energy stock and then goes into ChargePoint stock. So we're going to be looking at a few articles on why the price of this stock could climb up significantly into the next few months, and I'm going to be explaining all the great things coming with this one. But first we're going to do a little bit of price action and have a look at how this one's been performing over the last day, the last week, the last month, and even the last year. So if this does sound good, I've got a whole series called the Stock Market Analysis Series where I analyse stocks which are popular at the minute on stocks which actually aren't popular at the minute, smaller stocks which may pop up in the future. We do cover some bigger stocks, but mainly just small stocks which could potentially pop to new heights in the future. So this is one of those stocks. On the one day, we are red by quite a bit. Looks like we started to climb back up towards the end of the day. Looking at the previous day, we were at a high of around 14.5, 14.20, and then we climbed all the way down, we crawled all the way down to around 13.20, so we lost a full dollar off our price, and then we started to see climb up with a small V-shaped recovery here after the share price did actually take a drop even further. Looking out to the 5-day, we can see we are significantly in the green, as this huge spike on the 16th of September put us massively into the green zone. So we can see this is over a 33% gain in a matter of a day. Very nice to see something like this with the stock, and that is because there is potentially big news coming. This becomes a lot more apparent when we look out to the big 1 month. We can see how this one's going to work out. The stock is relatively flat until we get this big news. People buy in and people start to take profits at this new price of 13.79, forcing the price down a little bit as hype does start to die down a tiny bit. So this could actually build up higher in the future, closer to the merger in my opinion, but we're going to be talking about all that in a minute. So I'm going to be talking about ChargePoint as a company and why this will have such a significant price effect on this stock. So switchback energy stock would definitely shoot up if it merged with ChargePoint in my opinion, and I'm going to be explaining why. So ChargePoint, what is it? You can see the logo for it here, you can see the website for it here, chargepoint.com. Go check it out if you want to, but we're going to just be looking at what it does. So it's basically a charging company where they charge EVs. So we can see how this one's going to grow in the coming weeks and months and even years, especially years actually. Just to summarize it, we can see here ChargePoint wants to basically charge electric vehicles in the future, and now they actually have stations open all over the country in England and all over the country in America as well. So we can see this one is already established, is a company which is already out, so their products are definite. Unlike things like Nikola, this makes it a little bit more stable of a stock at the minute, and a little bit more stable of a company at the minute, because we can see that this one is clearly going somewhere because they actually have products out at this minute. So looking out closer, we can see why this is going to become a big thing in a few years. So we are going to look at England here first, or the United Kingdom. You can pick any country of your liking. You can pick your country, America for example, other countries in Europe, but England is just one of many countries. Each country's graph actually does look slightly different, but we can see how sales of vehicles are in England at the moment. So here we can see diesel sales are relatively big. However, they are dwarfed massively by petrol sales, so petrol, diesel, still the most popular cars in Great Britain. Another thing which is coming up in popularity is actually mild and plug-in hybrids, so we can see how this one's going to work out. And then going up to the top, the smallest category is for electric vehicles. Now, the thing is with Europe, we actually do want to eliminate petrol and diesel cars by the year 2030, I believe it is, and I think that's even creeping closer. So we can see how this one's working out. This means that more electric cars will be sold in upcoming years and even upcoming weeks and months, and we can see this yellow from the petrol and the red from the diesel start to increase to a big green circle. Other countries are actually ahead of us in the United Kingdom. If we look out to Norway over here, we can see a better representation of what the United Kingdom graph will look like in a few years. So we can see the whole circle is dominated by a 68.1% electric sale, and everything else comes last. So the majority of sales in Norway are all electric cars, and this is going to be the same in every country as we move to basically a zero carbon or a lowered carbon emissions society. And this means all these electric vehicles will need charging, and this is where companies like Chargepoint come in, because yes, we've got things like Tesla. You can charge Tesla with Tesla chargers, and they're kind of everywhere. But let's think about it. Not everyone is going to want a Tesla. All cars are going to be electric soon, and then you're really going to be spoiled for choice. So you could go for something like, if you were rich, for example, you could get an electric Rolls Royce. We know Rolls Royce are very luxurious cars. Or you could get an electric Tesla. If you're rich and you want to get a Rolls Royce or a very high luxury car, are you going to pick a Rolls Royce or are you going to pick a Tesla? Because once all cars are electric, it's just normal. So we can imagine how this one's going to work, and each brand of car will need a charger. So this should be a uniform and universal system basically. As a lot of Tesla things, you can't always charge other cars, and this is where companies like Chargepoint come in, providing generic chargers for all vehicles. You can charge your car in a matter of minutes, and it's a very convenient thing to do. So we can see how this one is going to grow in sales in the future years as a lot more people switch to electric cars. So I'm going to talk about the infrastructure in just a moment, but here we have the information about it actually going public soon. Hopefully read this article if you want. It's on nasdaq.com. Very nice thing to read, but you can imagine how this is going to go. I talked about this in last night's video about Chargepoint, first one that I made on it, but this is just about how the stock might go public in the next few months and weeks. But yeah, we can just see how that's going to have a huge impact on the price of SPE stock. So now let's move on to infrastructure. So this is worldwide, I do believe. We have 54,000 spots as of 2018. This is 54,000 plus. However, what is important is the ambition of this company. They want to make 2.5 million spots by the year 2025. The year is 2020. They have got 5 years to do this, and if they do this, they will be able to keep up with the demand. As like I said, electric car sales are going to be the majority of sales into the future years. So with a company like Chargepoint, this is similar to a company like Workhorse in the sense that they could get this infrastructure set up now and be ahead for life. Look at some of the bigger petrol stations where you live. They've got mass brands, loads of different stores, and this could be the same with Chargepoint, as this is going to be a very lucrative market into the electric revolution. So yeah, I can see this one being big. I mean, just look out to London, for example. If I'm just looking at London, we can see how many Chargepoint stations we have, and this is just one location in the United Kingdom. They've got them all over this country, all over America, and I'm sure all over other countries, but these are just the ones which I have been looking into. So for this reason, I can see this Chargepoint stock going quite high. Like I said, I think we're on $19-ish. I can see this one definitely going up to above $35 in future years, and I think we could see it start to grow from there. I think we'll see it maybe go up to about $30, hopefully, in my opinion. Like I said, no financial advisor, no stock analyst, but this is just what I think. It could potentially go to $30 and continue to grow from there, because like I said, Chargepoint going from, I think it was 54,000 all the way up to 2.5 million is definitely going to have some effect on the amount of profit the company is making. So bear that one in mind. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, please leave a comment, please do subscribe. Check out any of the ones on screen right now. Loads of videos will be there. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.